So I know it's been about 3 weeks since my last video, and I wasn't even going to do this video right now, but I'm out here in the shop right now, and I thought, quick video, give you guys what I promised you, which I was going to talk about the 2002 Harley Davidson edition truck that I have, the F150, that I did the mods to, and I was tell you what I did as far as mods, what it cost me, and how much of a difference it made. So I'm going to turn you around real quick. Kind of moving some vehicles around a little bit, taking vehicles out, driving them, getting them moving, going to our little local car event that we have every Friday night. So that's why you see things moving around. And my buddy Greg is actually supposed to be coming to pick this up and take it back to his place, I think next week sometime. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, this right here is a 2002 Ford F150 Harley Davidson edition. As you guys know, came stock with 5.4 liter V8, supercharged, and these things from the factory were rated at 340 horsepower. They were very underrated. They were dynoing anywhere from like 325 to 330 at the wheel. So yeah, you do the math. They were underrated. So, realistically, this thing was probably closer to 400 stock and about the same, I think it's actually about 450 torque or what have you. Very comparable to the Lightning. As you guys know, I had a Lightning before. It had like a pulley, cold air intake, and a tune and that type of thing. And it was impressive. I mean, I liked the truck. It wasn't the fastest thing out there, but I really liked the truck. I opted to sell it and keep the Harley Davidson just because the Harley Davidson was so much more comfortable. And I really anticipated when I moved out here that I was going to use it as my daily driver. It's 4-seater. Like I said, it's much more comfortable, heated seats, leather. It's just a more comfortable vehicle than the Lightning was. But one thing about the truck, now the truck's completely stock, I should tell you. It's got 83,000 original miles on it. The only thing I've done, I've lowered it a little bit. Turn you guys around, you'd rather see the truck than me, I know. I've lowered it a little bit to give it a nicer stance. It's got like brand new tires on it. I think the stock rims look great on this thing, so I never opted to change the rims. Tinted the windows. I did upgrade the sound system as far as that goes. So it's got a really nice little sound system in it. Sounds good. Backup camera, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that type of thing. And it's got the hardcover locking bed cover on it. Other than that, that's it. So what I did as far as mods, because I wanted a little bit more out of it than it had stock, was I ended up putting a 8-pound pulley, cold air intake, a different throttle body, had to replace the spark plugs, and I believe the thermostat, if I remember correctly, and then did a tune, just a basic tune, and it's got a 91 tune on it right now. So when I first got it back after doing everything, well, I guess I should tell you first about what it cost me. It was like $1,400 in parts, and it was about $1,000, I think. I had a couple other things done to it at the same time. The bill was a little bit more than that, but about $1,000 to install the parts and do the tune because I didn't do it myself. And so when I first got it back after doing that, I figure why I'm into it for like 2,500 bucks roughly. I drove it and I was like, yeah, I don't really notice a real big difference in it. And it had some old gas in it, so it was pinging a little bit. So I decided to put some octane booster in it and take it out and do some runs. Now I'd done a couple of runs before I did the modifications, just completely stock. I did a couple 0 to 60 runs and just rudimentary app I have on my phone. And I'm not a great driver, I know, I didn't do my best, but I think the best I got, it was a 7.65, 0 to 60. That was my best out of 3 runs. I'm sure I could have done better if I would have practiced and done a little bit more, but that was my best, so it wasn't anything great. I did a couple runs, just 2 runs after the mods, and I ended up taking almost a full second off my 0 to 60. 0 to 60 was like 6.75. Was my best one, and I'm sure I could have done better if I would have practiced a little bit. Mind you, before, when it was stock, this thing really didn't spin the tires that much off the line. I could dump into it pretty good, and it hooked up pretty well, maybe just a little bit of spinning. Now with the mods, yeah, it was spinning a lot, so I was having some trouble with traction through first gear, so I had to kind of feather it through that. So I am confident that somebody who knows what they're doing and is good with this vehicle and can get traction could probably shave another second, maybe second and a half, 0 to 60. So long story short, yeah, it does pull nicer, it does pull stronger. Was it worth it? Yeah, I would say it was worth it. To gain almost a second 0 to 60, in addition to the fact that I also gain that supercharger whine. Now my Lightning had a great supercharger whine. All I had to do was be in the throttle just a little bit and you could hear it, and I love that sound. It's just like a symphony to me. This one didn't have it as much until I got into it a little bit harder, but now, even under moderate acceleration, you can definitely hear the supercharger. So that in itself I love. Plus I know I've got more torque. I didn't dyno it. I didn't dyno it before, but I've got to assume that I gained probably a good, I would say probably 60 horsepower at the tire. So, you know, to sit there and think this thing's probably around 380 at the tire, that would put it really close to 500 at the crank, maybe 475-ish, somewhere in that area I'm guessing, and well over 500 pound-feet of torque. That's pretty good. And for a nice cruiser, what it is, yeah, it's really great. I'm very happy with the way it came out. I'll show you guys the inside because it's been a while. The truck is just super, super clean. It is really super clean. I do enjoy this truck. I do like the looks of it. I do like driving it. But with that being said, I've also been getting a little bit bored, wanting something different. Really don't want to spend any money right now, or not too much money, since we've got a number of projects in the works. So I have been thinking about getting rid of this, maybe trading this truck. I haven't put it online yet. I've reached out to a couple of people that had vehicles for sale or trade. No one's really bid. So I don't know what I could get or what I could do. I don't even really know what I would want. Something comes along that might be interesting to me. I would be interested in maybe trading it, since like I said, I'm just kind of bored. You know, you guys know me. It's been a while since I had a new vehicle, and I'm kind of bored. So might be a possibility. I might end up sticking it on Facebook Marketplace just to see what kind of trade interest I get. I don't know. We'll see. But if anybody's interested, I would sell it. You know, I probably have to have at least 20 for it. I'm into that. I'm into it deeper than that. And I don't know if it's worth that or not, but I mean, these things are rare. They didn't make a lot of them. And this one is probably the cleanest one you're going to see. It's about as close to new as I think you're going to get. There's hardly a dimple or scratch or anything in it. You know, for a 22-year-old vehicle, it's an exceptionally good condition. Underneath, under the hood, everything, it's super clean. So I don't know. We'll see. Something new might pop into the shop here in the not too distant future. But yeah, that's it. That's the long and short of it. Great truck, happy with the mods, good running truck, a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess that's it. So as always, guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, God bless. Take care. Have an absolutely amazing day.